Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Studin. Welcome to the Doctor's Personal Injury Program. Thank you so much for sharing this time to learn about personal injury in chiropractic. Listen, historically, when you want to build a PI practice, you take lawyers out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, wine them and dine them, theater tickets, ball game tickets, newsletters, flyers, advertisements, emails. It's all nonsense. Lawyers don't want to drink your alcohol, they don't want to eat your food, they don't want to read your stuff. All they want to do is win their cases through using you as an expert in an honest and an ethical scenario. And there's only two things that are really required. The first, clinical excellence. The second, admissibility. Now, regarding clinical excellence, I'm going to pose three clinical questions to you. And just think about these in your head as I'm posing them. The first question is, what is the difference between a herniated, bulged, protruded, and extruded disc? Question number two, what are the slice thicknesses that the MRI company takes of your patient in the cervical spine? And question three, how do you manage a patient with the syrinx in the lower lumbar spine? Hey, I've posed those questions to over 7,000 chiropractors across the country from coast to coast. Unfortunately, not one got all three correct. But every orthopedist, neurologist, and neurosurgeon I work with, and I work with lots of them, know them cold. Which underscores why, as a rule, the legal profession bypasses the chiropractic profession, because on the witness stand, although you rarely get there, on the witness stand is how we're judged. And the lawyers are concerned that we're going to falter with those not-so-tough questions a true spine specialist should know. Now, say you do get to the witness stand, which again is a rarity, but the lawyer says to you, "Doctor, what are your MRI findings?" And the opposing counsel stands up and hollers and goes, "Your Honor, I object. This doctor is neither a radiologist nor credentialed in MRI spine." The plaintiff's attorney, the one that brought you there, is going to start jumping up and down and waving your curriculum vitae and go, "Your Honor, here is the doctor's credentials." The judge will look at that and say, well, the doctor does have postdoctoral credentials, and allow you to testify. That's what admissibility means, the ability for your words to be accepted into testimony. Because you see, it's not will the lawyer work with you, it's can the lawyer work with you. Now, as you know, almost every case is settled. So here's how the settlement conference goes. The claims rep will go to the lawyer, "What do you got?" The lawyer will say, "Two herniated discs." They'll say, "Who's your expert?" Which is code for send me the doctor's curriculum vitae. If you have the credentials that the carriers think you're going to do well in court, they're going to give the lawyer more money. If they think you're not going to do well in court, they're not going to give the lawyer anything. Here's the hard rule. A lawyer will not start with you unless they feel they can finish with you. And that's a very hard rule. This program is about four things. Number one, we teach you everything about admissibility and the business from the lawyer's perspective. You have to understand the industry you're working in. There's a reason why it's called the medical legal industry. You can't just know half of it. Number two, we give you a program within a program called Colossus to the Courtroom. The Colossus algorithms, those things that the carriers utilize, are important to understand regarding your documentation. And you know what? It's kind of easy, and it's very, very intuitive once you understand it. So Colossus is about the attorneys settling cases, and it's nothing that's really that we haven't learned in our professional training or use every single day. The second half of it is the courtroom program. We have to teach you how to get to the courtroom, how to do depositions, how to testify, etc. And the lawyer has to know they can go from settlement to the courtroom with you. That's the secret and the reason we call it Colossus to the Courtroom. The third thing we're going to teach you is clinical. We're going to give you a tremendous amount of clinical training. And then we're going to direct you to formal credentials. Because unless your credentials are formal, they're not admissible. Lastly, we're going to give you an entire program to get the lawyers to run after you. And that's the key. Because should you start working with us, you'll never be allowed to ask for referral again. And there are three reasons. Number one, it's demeaning. Number two, it's unprofessional. And number three, no matter how you disguise it with breakfast, lunches, and dinners, it's just not going to work. I can tell you, I've been doing this for 34 years, and I've wasted more money on more fancy dinners than most anyone in this country. It doesn't work. Now, should you get started with us, you get a username and password to our web portal. And this is predominantly a web-based consulting program. Here's what we teach you. We give you our complete Colossus to the Courtroom program. We give you a step-by-step program. It's really a cookbook formula playbook. There's over 500 educational modules. Hey, most are a paragraph long, some are 2 or 3 pages long, but you work at your own speed, little by little by little. If you put 15 minutes a day in, you'll get through the whole process in 6 weeks. This is not a get-rich-quick program. It takes a little bit of time to build your infrastructure. We'll teach you about Colossus reporting and documentation. We'll teach you how to do depositions, we said a moment ago. We'll teach you how to conduct yourself in the courtroom. We get MD specialists to refer to you, actually, to run after you, because you're also a solution to their problems. Hey, part of the program, you get continuing education, which is included within the program cost, which is 6 credits for the first year. We give you the latest medical legal research to ensure you get paid, and we give you an entire encyclopedia of cutting-edge medical trauma research as well. All is index peer review. We feed it to you on a weekly basis so that you have the latest information, so you become the resource for the attorneys, and that's very important. We do compliance auditing as well. When you get started, we review your documents, your narrative, your evaluation, your SOAP notes, all of your paperwork to make sure that you're compliant. We give you forms and templates and SOAP notes. We give you narrative report training. Hey, our narratives are the best in the nation because they're crafted by over 100,000 attorneys who've actually reviewed our narrative, and it changes every single week, day, week, and month. It changes actually very often. You get unlimited telephone support, which is part of our program. And you call anytime you want, which is really cool. And for 24/7, around the clock, every day, you have a medical specialist to confer with on any spinal-related condition you have. Hey, I teach this stuff in chiropractic college. I teach postdoctorally from medical school. You have a question, you call, you holler. The cost of the program is $199 a month. There's a one-time setup fee of $225. There's nothing in addition you should have to spend unless you need formal credentials, and then you've got to take continuing education stuff, and we recommend a bunch of things to you. Everything's online, so you don't have to travel anywhere. The other thing is this program is month to month. I've been in the game a long time with multiple consultants. Hey, I've been screwed almost more than almost anyone that I know. So when they say sign up for a year or two, it's in your best interest, that's not true. It's in their best interest. So I swore I'd never do that. This program is month to month. If I'm not telling the truth, if you don't like it, just send an email and you're done. All it'll cost you is $199 for the last month, and that's it. However, our average doctor stays with us for over 6 years. Why? Well, I have clients in 44 states. I teach attorneys in 25 different states. And what I learn in New York and New Jersey and California and Idaho and Colorado and Wisconsin and New Hampshire and Texas today is going to affect you and your state tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. This program changes on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis because when the courts change, we change. Doesn't matter what state you're in. Doesn't matter if you're urban, doesn't matter if you're rural, it doesn't matter if you're suburban, it doesn't matter because we all deal with the same State Farm, Allstate, and Geico. As I said before, I've lectured personally to over 120,000 lawyers. I am in states all over the country, and when we learn new things, we bring it to you because we have to keep you on the cutting edge. Right now, we're telling our doctors what they need to do, not this year, but next year to ensure that they get paid and the stream of referrals continue. If you wait until it happens, it's too late already. You've got to stay ahead. So our doctors stay with us. Listen, it's been an opportunity to share this information with you. I love doing this stuff. If you have any questions, please call me. I would love to chat with you. I really enjoy this. Thank you so much and have a great day.